begin with the actual part of the hacking, which is how to find SQL injection automatically. I have made a script to find SQL injection automatically. Just you need to enter the domain name and this script will find the SQL injection automatically. But before it, you need to understand and familiar with some tools. In this, first tool is waybackurls. Waybackurl retrieves URL from the archive pages and this will find some endpoints. Then the second tool is getallurls. This is same as waybackurls, but sometimes it gives some different endpoints rather than this waybackurls. Then the third is GF and GF pattern. You need to combine this. The installation process of this tool is very simple. You need to just clone this and the steps are here. You just need to run these commands. And you need to also clone these GF patterns. The installation process of this also given here. GF tool is used to extract specific patterns from different file formats. Suppose we have entered GF SQLi, then file name. Then this will find the endpoints which can be vulnerable to SQL injection from the file, which contains some URLs and endpoints. Then the next tool is URO. This URO tool is used to remove duplication from the file. It ensures that only unique URLs remain in the list. Suppose we have run waybackurl and getallurls. So the possibility of the duplications are more. Suppose example.com/page.php id equal to 1, then id equal to 2, id equal to 3. In this, you can see that parameter is same, the only change in values. So we need to remove this type of duplications to save the time. So URO tools is very useful to save the time because it removes duplications. And the last and very powerful tool is SQLmap. SQLmap is used to automatically find and exploit SQL injection vulnerabilities. I have combined all these tools into one script and I have made automation for this. Now let's look this script. First, you need to enter the target domain. Then the script will run waybackurls tool and save the output of this into the endpoints.txt file. Then the getallurls tool will be run on the target domain and this will append the output into the endpoints.txt. This is a syntax for appending output. So the waybackurls result will not be overwritten. Then we have sorted the endpoints because we have many duplications of waybackurls and getallurls and save it to the sorted endpoints.txt file. Then we have run GF tool with SQLi pattern into the sorted endpoints.txt file and save it to the SQLi endpoints.txt file. Then we have run URO tool into the SQLi endpoints.txt to remove duplications of patterns, something like this, and save it to the SQLi endpoints_unique.txt file. Then finally, we have run SQLmap tool to find the SQL injection on the SQLi endpoints unique.txt file with batch option, random agent option, level equal to 3, risk is 3, and save it the result to the SQLmap output.txt file. Now let's test the script. I am running this script. Suppose I have choose the target test php.oneweb.com. Just enter. And also this will take a while for a large scope domain. Suppose you are testing on facebook.com, then it may have uh, thousands of URLs or even 1 lakh plus URLs. Therefore, it may take very much time. So just wait to complete this. Let's see how many endpoints are extracted by waybackurls. 6,443. Now the wayback task is completed. Now the finding URLs from the getallurl tool. 12,122. Okay. Let's wait for completing it. Okay. Sure. Decided. So sort and remove. Find SQLi endpoints by GF tool. And URL tool is also run. And yes, you can see that the SQL injection is found on this URL. Parameter is ID. This parameter is vulnerable to SQL injection. The type is Boolean based blind SQL injection. Payload used to exploit this is this payload. The second type also found in this parameter is time-based blind SQL injection. The payload is this. And the third type is union query injection, union-based SQL injection. The payload used by SQLmap is this. SQLmap also identifies backend DBMS, which is MySQL. Web server operating system is running on Linux Ubuntu. And technology is Nginx 1.19.0 and PHP 5.6.40. Okay. So we have found SQL injection in this URL. Now let's check this manually. I am copying this and pasting it to the browser. Suppose I am testing time-based blind SQL injection. I am copying this payload and pasting here. If the SQL injection is present in this parameter, then our session should go to the sleep for 5 seconds. I am pressing enter. And yes, you can see that our session is goes to sleep for 5 seconds. Again, run this. Yes, you can see that. Again, enter this. Every time our session is going to sleep for 5 seconds and this command is running. So, suppose I am testing this payload. Copying this. This is a union based injection. Enter this. You can see that I am getting this random string, means this is also vulnerable with. Suppose I am copying this boolean based injection. Paste it and enter it. I am also get this lorem string. It means this is also vulnerable, means SQL injection is present in this parameter. Suppose you have found this into a real target, then you can report it to the program. And this is very useful for large program, because large program have large scope and you can test it by just entering some commands. But it may be a time consuming, because this is only made for testing purpose site, this test.php.vulnerweb.com. But in real life, you need to give some time to run this script and find SQL injection.